And we're live.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. Here we go. Playing us in.
Welcome to Earl and the Idiot, the show that gives you the answers you need to take your business to the next level. With Earl Flormata, one of Vancouver's most sought-after business and marketing consultants, author of Business Engine Optimization, consultant to over 60 successful businesses, an all-around evil marketing genius with a combined total of more than $70 million worth of sales to his credit. And some idiot. Okay, here we go.
Here we go, indeed.
Oh my gosh. I almost did not make it on time. It was we were doing fine and then we hit New Westminster and there was a construction thing that closed off a road entirely,
Oh no.
like a main artery. I thought it was like just gonna go down to one lane, but it was actually closed entirely. So both lanes at the intersection had to move over into the left turn lane and then use the left turn lane to go through the intersection. So
Yeah,
even the
yeah.
left turn
It
lane
always
couldn't empty
freaks
out.
me out when the pylons tell you to go into the opposite lane. I'm like, every instinct in my body says no.
Yeah. And then so we got around that, and then we get over to sixth or eighth, and it was closed for a police incident.
Oh
Fire
my
trucks and
gosh.
police. So I was like, what is going on? Like we left. I was like, oh, I got tons of time. And then we like literally, I sat down with a minute to spare.
Well, here we go.
Anyway, here
Oh,
we
your,
go.
your
And
camera's
that's
zooming
without.
in on
Oh
something in
yeah,
the back there. I don't know what's going on. All right, you're
that's I
back.
just yeah. And that's without any snow. There was no snow to get in the way.
Yeah, no kidding.
Did you survive Snowmageddon?
Snowmageddon for all of one day. Well, I just didn't leave the house because I live in Capitol Hill, and you know you've been here, so like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
steep getting up. So I'm just terrified that if I go back down, I can't get back up again. So you know,
Yeah, or if you go back down, it'll happen too quickly.
yeah, also that. So
Yeah.
so no, neither of those sound appealing to me. So that was not good.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Not only are you high altitude there, but everything's slanted in all
Well, I'm still
directions.
limpy with a cane, right? So like, yeah, no, that's not a good idea. So.
No. Yeah, I just stay home anyway because I can.
Hmm.
Um,
Then my friend Mika would just ask the question, "How fast can we go down the hill?" I'm like, "That's a terrible idea, right? Like, do we have brakes?
yeah,
Doesn't matter. It's icy, right?"
good
So
luck with
it's
that.
just
Yeah, right.
he'd make me go down on my scooter thing or my electric wheelchair just to see how fast we can go, right? Just like, wee, look at this.
Put some skis on that bad boy. Make a
Yeah, no kidding.
snowmobile. All right. Well, how you doing? How's life? How's things?
Keeping busy, keeping busy. So I have this morning accountability crew that meets every day at 8 o'clock, and we've been
Mm-hmm.
meeting every day for like the last I don't know, 5 years or something crazy like that. So
Yeah.
it just became tradition now, right? And so one of my buddies who joined like maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, so I've known him
Hmm.
online forever, um, actually came here from Scotland. So so
Oh wow. So you'd
yeah,
only known him online. You never met him in
I've
person.
never met him in person,
Huh.
and it's funny. Everyone's making fun of me because like, yo, you're taller than me. Everybody's freaking taller than me. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm not that short. I'm 5'10", which is probably as big as they make a Filipino. But yeah, yeah. So because at the church I can see all the way to the back. So I'm like, I feel that I'm relatively tall. And then I hang out with you bastards, and then everyone's freaking like, oh my God, you're all over 6 feet tall. I'm like, what? Right? So Dave is tall, Bryce is tall, Kayvon is tall, you're tall. Fuck.
It's not my fault. You've curated a cadre of tall white dudes to hang around me all the
Bryce was laughing at me saying, "Oh, so you have a type?" I'm like, "Shut up." So,
time. But so wait, what's your point? Was this guy short?
no, no, this guy is also tall. So I'm like, I just
Oh my God.
imported someone else tall to stand next to me from another country that's also freaking tall. I'm like, great. So it's pretty funny. We have all the tall guys just together in one picture. Then Blair and I come in. We're like regular size, like and yeah, we're just like a whole head shorter than everybody else. I'm like, damn it. So
Yeah, no one's calling 5'10" short, but you sure can pick them.
well, when you hang out with everybody who's 6 plus, it's like, well, some guys like 6'3", 6'4", and I'm like, oh, I have to look up to see you. So yeah.
That was cool. Yeah, you sent me that message saying, "Oh, Dave, so and so came all the way to visit me," and I was like, "Okay." I had no idea who he was. You didn't give any background on who he
Oh,
was
okay.
or
Yeah, well,
why that mattered.
yeah, yeah, it was part of that accountability crew that a bunch of us were part of way back in the day, and then it just kind of fell apart after a while. But some of them were like, they're like, no, we like this thing, let's keep going. And I'm like, all right, well, let's keep going. So it's funny because that accountability crew meeting gives me something to look forward to and do every day. Otherwise, when I get to the meeting, I look like an idiot, right? So
Right.
it's just like, oh crap, I gotta get this done. I gotta show them something, right? So it forces me to, have some progress every single day. Otherwise, it's like, uh-oh, I got nothing to bring to the meeting. Then I'll, when my turn comes up, I sit there and, open mouth, insert foot, and do nothing, right? So,
That's good. I need an accountability group for going to accountability groups.
right,
Because if I sign up for an accountability group, I'm like, maybe I won't go today. So I need another accountability group to make me accountable to going
right.
to the accountability group.
It's like a gym buddy for the gym buddy.
Yeah, that's my level of irresponsibility.
My
That tells you
my
anything.
my thing is really simple. I only have to go
Mm,
to the gym and only have to do two push-ups. After I do two push-ups, I can go home. But I'm so lazy. By the time I get there, I do two push-ups like this is ridiculous. I can't just do two push-ups and go home. I got to do something. I'm already here, right?
yeah,
So yeah, so my laziness works both ways, right? So
you
I
got to
get
learn how to
there,
harness it.
yeah, and then but I set the bar real low, right? Like okay, I'm gonna read 2 pages, right? Who reads 2 pages on a book? Like you got to read at
Hmm.
least, 5, 10, 15 before you get somewhere. So it's like, well, I'm already reading. I might as well keep going. So that whole momentum thing, it's like, well, it's easier to move a moving object than it is to move a stationary one. So,
That works for me for writing. It's worked a couple times now. I have such a hard time trying to finish my book, and I'm trying to do it the old-fashioned way, one word at a time.
hmm,
And yeah, I find that if I don't want to get up off the couch and do it, I've had a long day. I've been at my computer all day. I don't want to sit at my computer in the evening too.
yeah.
But if I get my butt down there, I start writing. You get the momentum going, and you don't want to stop. And 2 hours flies by, and you've written another chapter.
I'm going to butcher this quote, but there's one from this guy who talks about like just movement and getting stuff going. Can't remember the name of the guy. It was just a recent book, maybe in the last couple, maybe 6 months or so. But
Mm-hmm.
I had a rough bit of it. But he talks about structure and making things happen at the same time. And he's like, every day I focus and I try to figure out, when the best time to write is. And so I start my writing days every day at 9 o'clock. And, happenstance that the best time to start writing was 9 o'clock. Because that's when he sat down to do it, right? So
Right.
after a while, it just became the best time for him to write. And then when his weird, like because everybody has like a timetable shift inside their body once in a while, and he
Yeah.
went from like 9 o'clock to like 6 o'clock, and because he switched to 6 o'clock, and it was better for his circadian rhythm.
Mm.
Whatever reason, he wrote better during 6 o'clock, and then he just shifts it as he goes, right? And I like that. It's very ADHD, so I just follow the dopamine, right?
Yeah. I actually noticed that there was a time where I was more seriously writing something,
Hmm.
and I found out if I woke up, the best thing to do is wake up, don't get out of bed, grab my laptop, and just right there, right now, still in that sort of half dream state, start writing.
Hmm.
And I would write for about 2 hours just nonstop until having to pee got to be too much. I had to get up, and then I would like have some sort of late breakfast,
Right.
and then I couldn't write for the rest of the day. I'd sit back down. I could just not get back into the rhythm of it.
Hmm. Oh, that's
But
that's
now,
a,
as
that's a cool
I've gotten
exercise.
older, now it seems to have moved more to the evening.
So
It's
yeah, that's
interesting.
a cool
Oh,
exercise.
we got people liking already. See, it's 10 o'clock. It's the thing.
This new time works well. Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
maybe we should
Uh,
introduce the show and jump right in because
oh,
we're
oh,
17 minutes in.
shout out to Daniel Andrews
Hello,
and
Dan. He's the king of networking.
Dowell. What's that?
He's the king of networking.
Nice. And Dowell de los Reyes.
Dowell was one of my old VAs back in the day. Hello, Dowell. Haven't
All
seen
right.
you in a while.
Howdy, gang. Shout out. All right. So here is the show, Earl and the Idiot. The way the show works, we have, he's above me. I don't know where he is in the video, this side. I can see on the live feed. I gotta, yeah, no, which way do I have to point? Let's point that way. You're over there for
There you
me.
go. All right.
Nope. Is it okay? Anyway, there's Earl. He is the genius. You've heard all about him in the intro. He's got all the business wisdom to help you grow your business, and I'm here to ask the dumb questions. Play the role of the idiot, which I'm totally not. Wink, wink. Um, and the way our show works is Earl gives me three things he's encountered in his business dealings this week. I pick one of them to discuss, and then we plug it into AI out of sheer cussedness and laziness. There's that laziness again, mother of invention.
Yep, absolutely.
Um,
I started putting
and-
the contenders in our show notes now, so we
oh,
know what the options were, and then I highlight the one that we picked, and then I put the prompt. So that way, if we ever run
nice,
out of ideas one day, or like I don't have a lot of meetings because I get sick or something, we can just go back and pick another one.
nice. Yeah, and now AI will know what all our past topics were. Did you make a
Yep.
specific bot for the show, or is it you're just using basic ChatGPT?
No, I made a specific project for the show, and then I fed the project our previous episodes, and now it writes like us, which is weird. So
Beautiful. I want to see it make my jokes. That'll be funny. Um, okay, so the topic today was cross-selling to adjacent markets where you already have the data. So just to start with, expand on what we're talking about there. What's the concept?
cross sell, just the concept of cross sell is to
Hmm.
sell something to your market. So you take all this time and effort and energy to get a new client, right? So a new
Hmm.
customer from scratch, from zero. And it takes, blood, sweat, and tears and whatever else you have to put in and ad revenue to stick this all in there and get them to buy something from you, right? Now they've bought your thing, you know, sell them something else. And that something else, here's the kicker, it doesn't have to be yours. It could be someone else's thing that they're interested in that you could sell them and make more money, right? Because you're just serving the client more. Like it could be something that you don't do, or you don't have the tools for. In the regular BO presentations, it's like one of the people who attended one of the first BEO presentations in person, like this is when we used to do them in the office, was a landscaper. And I asked the landscaper, "Hey, dude, do you have those tools that can like trim trees and stuff?" He's like, "No, no, no. All my stuff is down low on the ground, and we cut grass, dig holes, lay rocks, whatever. But I don't
Hmm.
have any of the tree stuff because that's a whole other set of tools." And I go, "Well, do you know a guy?" He goes, "Yeah, yeah, I know at least five other people who do the tree trimming part." And I'm like, "Well, did you ever sell them leads?" And he's like, "No." Like, why
Hmm.
not? Did your customers ever ask you for a tree trimmer? And he's like, "Yes." Then you're like, well, why don't you sell the lead to the tree trimmer guy? He gets business, you get extra money, and you don't have to cut any tree stuff. And he's like, oh, that's brilliant. And then he just found more money. And then I added that to the presentation just because it was such an obvious answer that it just kind of made sense. And so that's where that cross-selling thing came into play, right?
Okay, so cross-selling is not even necessarily selling something within your business.
No,
It's selling over to a
to someone else who
related
has the
business.
tools that you may not.
Hmm.
Right? So as an example, a cross sell between you and I, right? So we ran the SEO firm for a while, and you make websites, and I just to be frank, I've made enough websites in my lifetime. I never want to make another website as long as I live. So
Hmm.
I would rather give the business to you to make the websites. You got all the tools, you got all the stuff, you got you like this thing. This is your jam. All right, and I'll just do the SEO stuff and I don't want to touch the website. So it's just like, here you go. So that's where you cross sell because you already have all the data, right? So if I have somebody who has an SEO project and they're like, their website is slower than crap, I'm calling you. Hey, can you rebuild this so it's quicker? Right. And then it's quicker. And then guess what? The SEO goes up and then my job gets easier and I look like a champion. So you make me look good. Client's happy. At the end of the day, everybody gets paid. Everybody wins. That's a good cross sell.
Nice. And can you? We should just get into this. Okay, so the way this works is we give the prompt to AI. AI gives us three things to do, two things to avoid, one red hot tip to accomplish, and then we go through what it says
Mhm.
and see if it nailed it or not. And it nails it more and more as this thing starts to learn.
Yeah, and we don't read this beforehand, so it's even a surprise to me. So
Right.
I put
Exactly.
the prompt in, I cut and paste blindly, and then we just wing it.
Hey, is there a way that you can put the where'd the live feed go? Is there a way that you can put the like topic of the day in the live feed?
Not automagically. So we can just throw it in as a comment underneath it.
Hmm.
But
Maybe we should
all
maybe
the
we should
live feed
maybe
stuff is auto, so it just puts the stuff in there, and we adjust it via comments underneath it.
right. Maybe we should put it above your head or something, or above my head, what the topic of the day is, so people scrolling by go, "Oh, I do want to know about that."
Yeah, fair enough.
Capture some more audience. All right, so Earl and the Idiot Show, cross-selling to adjacent markets when you already have the data. Oh yeah, it gives us a little preamble now too.
Yeah,
Most small businesses are sitting on gold mines of customer data, dot dot dot, and doing absolutely nothing with it. You already paid to acquire the customer, you already built the trust, you already know what they buy. So the easiest revenue in your business is usually right next door to what you're selling already. Let's break it down. Three things to do. Well, oh, give us a table. It's made a table. Look at that.
that's fancy.
Map the quote next logical purchase. Look at what your customers buy right after your product. Ask, what do they need before buying this? What do they need after buying this? What do they need alongside this? Example, business, gym, core sale, membership, adjacent markets, supplements, physio, meal plans. I'm going to add in apparel,
Yes, the
realtor,
water
core
bottle,
sale, home,
yeah, yeah. The
yeah,
shaker, yeah,
realtor, core sale, home sale, adjacent market, mortgage broker, insurance, renovations, business marketing agency. Oh, I know them. Core sale, websites, adjacent markets, ads, CRM, automation. If your customers are already buying this somewhere else, you should be offering it.
yeah, absolutely.
This sounds
Um,
right, doesn't it?
so that was a really good example. I like how it found the business, the core sale, and all the adjacent markets.
Mm,
Um, it's funny because when we do the mastermind, which you're also part of, we actually give you the prompt if you're stuck, how to ask ChatGPT, hey, how do I find all the adjacent markets next to me? And then
nice.
it kind of does that work, but it actually did that work for our show, which I'm actually impressed with. So that's actually pretty cool. So and it remembers all the old BEO stuff because it watches my other show, right? So before, during, and after is exactly what you're looking for. So this is a great way to figure this stuff out. Next logical purchase is a good thing. You know, there's a thing called the dollar trust barrier, right? And customers only trust you so much until they buy something from you. And once they buy something, once $1 is exchanged, I don't care if it's $1 or $10, $100, it's that dollar trust barrier has been broken. So at that
Mm,
point, they trust you more. So once someone's trusted you, not just with their attention, but with money, that makes a difference. And then once you have that level of trust, you need to serve them more, which is what this is telling you. Hey, like if you have a gym, sell the supplements, sell the protein powder. What if some guy forgot his protein powder and he's sitting there working out and he reaches into his bag and he looks inside and there's nothing there? I'm like, oh crap, right? I should be able to go to the front desk, grab a protein powder mix or something so that I can get the protein I need after the workout if I forgot mine, right? So that just makes sense. It's more convenience for the customer at the end of the day.
nice. So this is pretty simple. Just you sit down and you work out with people before, after, or alongside that you don't already sell.
Yeah.
Could a cross sell be something within your business, like something else you offer? Maybe people don't even
So the
realize.
best the best example of cross sell I've ever seen, and I never understood the actual difference between like an upsell and a cross sell for the longest time until I made like a dumb diagram. And the diagram meant, okay, well, here's the example. So the diagram looks like this. It's you have a burger, right? That's a regular sale. And then you have a
Hmm.
bigger burger, and that's an upsell. And then you have French fries, which is a cross sell, right? So an upsell is a better version of the same product that you were just about to sell them. So instead of like one patty, now you got two patties and bacon or
Right.
whatever you want to add to the burger. The cross sell is something that goes well with the original product, but not doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the product. Like French fries and a burger just go together, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, that just makes sense. So that's the diagram I kind of had to draw to explain to people what the difference was because I never knew what the difference was between like an upsell and a cross sell. Isn't upselling them French fries a thing? Isn't that called an upsell? But
Hmm.
no, it's not. Like so specifically, the upsell is a bigger, better version of the same thing. A cross sell is something that complements the first thing.
Brilliant. Okay, so that can be within your business, or it can be
Yeah. So, I mean,
right.
it could be your French fries, right? Which is totally cool. And then the example I always use in the BEO presentation is the salon where, they cut hair, but they don't necessarily sell the hair dryer, right? They use
Hmm.
a hair dryer and everyone's like, "Oh my God, I love your hair dryer. Can I buy one?" I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, we don't sell them." And that was the answer that they had until they started cross-selling the hair dryers. And they didn't even have to keep them in inventory because they just sold them off an affiliate link on Amazon.
Hmm.
So yeah, and so that's a cross sell. So selling a hair dryer at a salon where you don't even carry the hair dryer, that's a cross sell. Ta-da.
It's sort of a weird one that actually kind of makes sense, but I don't think I've ever seen it done. If you buy a car,
Hmm.
they never offer to sell you a set of winter tires to go with it.
Depends on the place. So I used to consult an auto dealer, and
Yeah.
that's the first thing that we did. We looked at their package, and we
Hmm.
would give them like a winter kit that that came with everything, and we threw it in. Not the
Hmm.
tires, though. We would throw in like
Yeah.
the winter mats and the winter this and the winter that, and oh yeah, here's a thing to wipe the windows down if it gets foggy or whatever. And we'd sell them everything but the tires, and then go, oh yeah, do you want to pick up some tires too while you're at it? And because they got all this winter crap in their head, they're like, well, yeah, it completes the set. And then they would
Hmm.
just buy more stuff, and so we increased the average order value by a whole bunch. So yeah,
There you go. Not such an idiot after all.
there you go.
I thought of
That
something you
works.
already thought of.
Cross sell, baby. Cross sell.
And then if you want to get really smart, you sell them a place, they sell them storage of the winter tires. Sell them the winter tires. You don't even give them to
Yeah.
them for 6 months until winter shows up. They keep the tires at your place and charge them a yearly fee to store the
And
tires.
then you charge them a fee to swap them if they don't know how to swap their tires.
Yeah, exactly. All right. We're cross selling already because it's not like the car guy makes the tires, right? He's selling
Right.
somebody else's thing. All
Absolutely.
right. This sounds interesting. Number two thing to do when cross selling to what is it? Cross selling to adjacent markets. Number two, use your data to spot buying customers. Look at your
Clusters.
CRM. You do have a CRM, don't you?
Right. Yes.
Accusing finger at the listener. Use your data to spot buying clusters. Look at your CRM or sales records. Find patterns like customers who buy A often buy B. Customers who buy high ticket products also buy service upgrades. Customers in one industry request the same extra service. Even a simple spreadsheet analysis can reveal adjacent opportunities most businesses never look. In my
Well,
experience, most businesses don't keep the records in the first place.
yeah, most businesses don't keep records in the first place. So yeah, absolutely. But like you look at best practices, right? Just go on Amazon, right? Pick an item. I don't care what it is, right? Just pick anything. And it says right underneath that item, people who bought this also bought this. And then it
Yeah.
increases the average order value of Amazon because they're like, oh yeah, if I'm gonna buy the dog food bowl, maybe I should buy some dog food that goes along with the dog food bowl, right?
Hmm.
And so and oh yeah, well, do you need a water dish as well for your dog as well? Oh yeah, crap, I forgot about that. And so you add and add and add, and it just adds more stuff to what you're doing, right? And the same thing is like, people who buy this, buy that, put it in the way, right? Like if you just look at a regular grocery store, they put the milk all the way in the back. Why? Well, one, that's where the refrigeration unit goes because they got to plug that crap in, right? But at the same
Hmm.
time, they stick all the cookies and cereal and everything that goes with milk in front of your ass so that you have to walk through all this stuff to get to the milk. And by the time you get the milk, either on your way en route to the milk or on your way back to the register, you have to walk through this crap twice. So it's just like, oh, we're out of cereal. Oh, I got some cereal. And it increases. So customers who buy A often buy B. Make sure that you do that and you pay attention and then you make that offer if you can. Um, the biggest stress point I have is that it doesn't necessarily have to be yours, right? So in the
Mhm.
case of the grocery store, they have the cereal, they have the milk. It's all under one roof, and that's fine, right? But in the case of the landscaper, he's not carrying the tree cutting stuff in the back of his van, right? Like that's a
Mhm.
whole nother dude, right? So
That's
so
the
yeah,
arborist.
so go look for the opportunities where you don't have to carry it. And that's where most people miss the ball on it, right? They go, "Oh yeah, I can also carry this and I can also carry that," but eventually your store is going to run out of space for inventory, right? So
Mhm.
you can only carry so much. So pay attention to what you're carrying, make sure those are the best margin things so that when you do sell them and they're the best selling things, so you make the most amount of money and you make the most amount of sales. And then anything else that kind of goes alongside of it that you don't really want to carry or deal with, right? Just because you don't like that thing, right? There's nothing wrong with, like, for example, I like doing SEO, but I do not like making websites anymore. So you like making websites. So I will happily pass the business to the guy that will enjoy the work, do a great job for the customer, and
Mhm.
I get a finder's fee for it. So everybody wins. So
Brilliant.
there you go.
I
Use your data.
so
Yeah.
yeah, but like, keep the data, take the data.
Right. Write the damn
I
thing down.
I
So
I was busting my head against the wall with this with my acting school client. With when you talk to the customer, make a note in their file.
yeah. Ta-da. That's what the
Never
CRM's
happened,
for, right?
right? And it's like, if someone says someone's taken this course, note they've only taken that course and not this course. And like, note down what course they took and change them into a customer when they buy and like all this stuff. And it's just they don't see any value to it. It just seems like a
Give
boring
them what they
administrative
want.
exercise,
Yeah,
not
I know,
realizing
but
that
it
it's
makes
like, oh
sales.
yeah,
Anything
you
that increases sales or increases average order value, you gotta
yeah,
do. Otherwise, you're just leaving money on the table, which is bad.
totally. That's why your salespeople have to be commissioned. But that's another story. All right. Oh, this is interesting. Number three thing you should do. I feel like David Letterman. The number three thing you should do when cross-selling to adjacent markets is. Can you hear the drum roll? Drum roll on the table? Can you hear it?
No, I can't. Your microphone is canceling the noise, sadly.
Noise canceling is too good. Test micro offers first. What the hell does that mean? Don't build a big product immediately. Test with small offers. Email a segment, mention it in sales calls, add a checkout upsell, run a small promo. In 10 to 20%, if 10 to 20% of buyers say yes, you found a scalable cross sell. Small tests equals low risk discovery.
Yeah.
Seems unnecessarily complicated.
No, no, it's not. I have
Okay.
seen people make entire courses, and it's taken them months to put this
Yeah.
together. They make the videos, they make the PDFs, they make the worksheets, they make the workbooks, they make all this stuff, assuming that people want this thing. And then they put
Mhm.
it out there and crickets. And they spent all this time, effort, energy, blood, sweat, tears, and everything else, and nobody cares, right? So, this was one of the lessons, the big lessons in the 4 hour work week.
Mhm.
Just try, just try to make the offer and see if anyone cares. Like I want to stress this, like it doesn't even have to exist yet. And what you want to do is you want to make the offer. And if they click all the way to the buy button, offer to put them on the waiting list. But
Mhm.
because if they click the buy button, they want it. Right? It's not this airy fairy wishy washy. Oh yeah, if you make that, we'll totally buy that, and then nobody shows up. Right? No,
Yeah.
no, no. You build it, you structure it, you make the page look like it actually is legitimately here, and everyone's like, oh, that's the answer to my problems. I want one of these. Click buy, and wait list. And then when the wait list is big enough, freaking make it, right? Or source it, or find someone who does the thing, right? So, um, that's really
I've got
important.
I've got the perfect illustration of this with a client right now.
Shoot.
I have a client. He's in Japan and he does contract. He's a contract lawyer.
Okay.
So if you're looking at signing a contract or you're trying to write a contract, he meets with you. He does it online. So he's in Japan, but he can do it wherever. And he goes over your contract and stipulate, oh, this one's going to really screw you later, or you might want to add in blah blah blah, right?
Mm.
So I built a website for him, which he didn't have before, And he's like, "Oh, I want to start selling my services online." He wanted to be a notary, blah blah blah. Anyway, I did a keyword analysis for him, and we discovered, shouldn't give away my secrets here. I don't know how many lawyers are listening right now, but prenuptial agreements. Prenuptial agreements was crazy search volume,
Hmm.
like prenuptial, consultant or whatever. Crazy volume and not a lot of competition on it. So I told him this. He goes, "Shit, yeah, that's just another contract. I don't need to do a
But
course."
this is like basic marketing, basic SEO 101. Like, what do people
Yeah.
care about? Okay, there's a lot of volume for this. You look at the
Mm.
competition. Hey, there's no competition for this. Wonder why? Because no one freaking looked, right? So
So
that is
yeah,
half the
but
battle for the cross
mm.
sell. Like, no one freaking looked.
and like you say, it doesn't even exist yet. He's never done a prenuptial agreement before, but I'm going to build him a landing page for a couple $100 or whatever, and we're going to throw a few $100 into some Google ads, and who knows, we might tap a rich market, and if not, we're only less than a grand out on finding out the answer.
Absolutely.
So there you go, cross selling.
So yeah,
Nobody's stealing my
definitely
idea.
test micro offers first. Like, remember, it
Right.
doesn't even have to exist. You just have to pitch the fact that, hey, if this existed, did you want one? And they're like, yeah. And if the list gets big enough, freaking make it or source it and
like
make it
like
happen. So
like cans of Whistler Air.
I remember that one too.
Yeah, just so everybody's not a mystery, a friend of ours or an acquaintance of ours created a website selling bottled, like just cans of fresh air from Whistler. And he was showing me this. I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And I said, where's your bottling? Is it on top of a mountain, or what's the process? And he sort of was giving me these brush off answers. And finally, I kept pestering him about it. And he broke down. He says, "I'm not canning any air, dude. I'm just making a website selling this stuff. And if enough people buy it, I'll sell the website to somebody, and they can deliver the air."
And now it's someone
All
else's
right.
problem.
Someone else's problem. Exactly. So, two things to avoid when cross selling to adjacent markets. Avoid selling something totally unrelated. Cross selling works because of relevance. Bad example: selling accounting service to someone who bought a pizza. That's it. I'm going to do that. Dan's Pizza and Accounting Services.
Right.
Uh,
Same roof.
have a pizza while we do your books. Good example: selling bookkeeping to someone who bought business consulting. The offer should feel like, of course, I need this.
Yep. That makes
Yeah.
sense. So that line it said cross-selling works because of relevance. So the
Mhm.
only thing people like being more than right is being more right.
Yeah.
So when they're into something and they're buying things around that hobby or interest or business need, selling them stuff that makes more sense because of that first thing that they bought makes them feel more right about the first thing that they bought. So I'll give you the example I use in the presentations. Let's pretend that you just got into tennis. Like the minimum viable product you require to play tennis is a tennis racket. Without a tennis racket, you ain't playing tennis. But
Mhm.
then, the sun gets in your eyes. So you need a tennis hat. Okay. And, you slipped on the court. So maybe you need some tennis shoes. And, you've been practicing more and you're tired of running after the stupid ball all the time because you only got one. So you maybe need more tennis balls. So all of those things add up to a better experience, but they're still relevant to the tennis racket, right? If I sold you a
Mhm.
bowling ball, that wouldn't make any sense, right? This is like, well, the hell, like you can't hit the bowling ball with a tennis racket. You'll break the ball, you'll break the tennis racket, you'll break everything, you'll break your foot. So,
Mhm.
like, the relevance has to be there. There has to be something that connects one thing to another. I like the accounting pizza thing, so pizza accountants. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Samurai
But yeah,
Samurai
yeah,
Pizza
I
Cats. Remember the
totally
Samurai Pizza
agree.
Cats?
There's got to be relevance. Otherwise, you're starting the sales process again from scratch, right? Because
Right.
to buy all the tennis crap, well, that just made sense because I got a tennis racket. To buy the
Mhm.
bowling ball, it's like, well, that's a completely different sport, right? So now I have to sell you on the benefits of the bowling ball, which psychologically I have to start over again, right? That doesn't make any sense. It's
Right.
it's it's an easier psychological reference and sale to sell something that backs up the first thing that you bought.
Nice. I like that phrase. Of course, I need this.
Yeah,
Like even
100%.
your landscaping tree trimming guy. I'm surprised he didn't do both.
They
You
had
have a
so
guy coming
much
out to make
they
your
had
lawn
so
look
much
pretty.
business cutting grass and doing
Yeah.
gardens and doing everything else that they didn't have time to and they didn't want they were an older couple. So they
Hmm.
didn't want to climb the ladder. They didn't want to do all the stuff that might throw out his back or whatever. So he was totally happy
As
on the ground, but the moment you
yeah.
stick him in the air, I think he also had a fear of heights. So
As a guy who's fallen off a ladder, I can understand that.
yeah, there you go.
Hmm. Um, oh yeah, but it's like, oh yeah, we're out here doing your lawn, everything. The hedges all look beautiful. This tree's all scruffy looking, and there's dead branches in there. Call this guy and get that taken care of. It'll
Yeah,
be like,
yeah,
of
but
course I
exactly
need
like
that.
I said, they were an old couple, right? So it's just like they didn't want to do anything high up. So
Yeah,
because while
but
you're
when
up
you're
there,
out,
they're gonna ask you to do other stuff. The ladder's out. Hey, can you get the gutter? Can you do this? Can you do that? And like you said, you fell off a ladder once. Man, this old dude falls off a ladder, he's done, right? So
um, we I just checked in LinkedIn. We have Josh J. hearted
excellent.
our thing here. I don't know if you know Josh J or not. And on Facebook, New Popo
Oh,
has
hey.
liked the show. Shout out to
She she
y'all.
she she regularly attends our event called Fuck Up Nights, which is actually happening tonight. So
Nice. I was going to make sure we promoted that before the end of the show.
absolutely.
So we'll do that. All right. We'll cross sell from if you're watching a podcast, you should
Right,
go to an event with the
right.
same people in it.
There you go.
Are you speaking? You're not one of the speakers, huh?
I am a host this round, and so one of our previous speakers actually volunteered to MC, and so we took him up on it. So usually I'm the MC because out of our trio who runs these things, um, I'm the least introverted. So we're all
Hmm.
introverted, but I can fake it being an extrovert once in a while for like an hour. And
Right.
so, I go there on stage and I do the MC thing, but this guy actually is a public speaker and he was a comedian. He's got great timing and he was a great speaker. So I'm actually excited for him to be our MC. So I'm only up on stage for like 2 minutes. I'm actually going to tell an internal fuck up that we did inside. Like our VA didn't know something because I don't want to ruin the joke, but
Hmm.
um, our VA didn't know something. She screwed up. After we told her about it, she's like, "Oh no!" And but luckily we took it all down off social media before anybody else noticed. Um, but now I'm putting it front and center on the stage because it's funny as hell. So
Nice. Nice. Um, now that we're talking about this, I really love the idea of the fuck up nights because I remember it was a moment for me in my maturation as a young man, realizing that you only see the finished product.
you
You
don't
know,
see
you
the
go to see
hardship
a
along the way. Yeah,
you go to see a concert, you're seeing a guy who's been at it for 20 years. And you see a business succeeding, you go, wow, those guys are doing great. People hide their
overnight
failures.
success.
Overnight
Right.
success. People don't talk about their failures, they only talk about the success. So when you fail, you're like, oh my God, all these people I look up to have all this success, and here I am failing. You don't hear about how much they failed, so you can't realize, oh, failing is just a part of it. It's just one of the things that
Failure is the
happens.
tuition, right? That's what you got to
Yeah.
pay.
So it was a big
100%.
moment. So I
Yeah.
really like the
I,
idea.
I, I, it's funny. People started explaining fuck up nights the way I do, right?
Hmm.
And the way I pitch it is kind of like a reverse TED Talk. So instead of some guy going on stage and saying, "Look how great I am," right?
Hmm.
It's the complete opposite. It's here's how I messed up, and here's what I learned, or here's how I survived, or here's how I coped with the screw up, right?
It's a
Yeah,
TED talk.
yeah.
Have you ever seen? Here's me digressing again. Have you ever seen the lady who goes on and like makes the short videos of song lyrics as TED talks?
No.
It's so funny. You got to see it. It's like she's
Send
like,
me send me the link later. I'll check
yeah,
it out.
she's like,
And post it in the thing underneath the replay.
yeah, yeah. She's like, my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. It's so funny.
That's
All right,
awesome.
we're actually way behind. This has actually been too fruitful of a topic. Two, avoid building the product before. Did we already do this? Why is this a
Avoid
rephrasing? Oh yeah, number three was test micro offers first. That was the number three thing to do. Number two thing to avoid building the product before testing the demand. Classic small business. Let's see if there's any new data in here. There's a classic small business mistake. Owners spend months building something, then discover nobody wanted it. Instead,
See, we
pre-sell.
don't we don't
You
read
just
ahead of time.
Yeah, right.
I just said this, but I didn't read this yet. So I'm like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
there's the AI being right
Yeah.
again.
Partner, refer and revenue share first. Let the market prove demand first. So we've already covered that. So we're catching up.
No, but this is really good though. This talks about something new. It
Mhm.
says instead of doing this, so we talked about the pre-sell, and we talked about the partner, but refer and revenue share is an important piece that it added. I mean, I know we kind of talked about it, but we didn't really dive deep into it. Make
Mhm.
sure that as you refer people and people refer to you, you're giving them some sort of incentive to do so, right? And push that back and forth. And it doesn't necessarily have to be revenue share. Some people that's offensive. I don't know why. I'm like, no, if I give you something, give me a finder's fee and I'm happy. But some people they find that offensive. They're like, no, no, I'm not here for a revenue share. I'm here to give you business because you're good, right?
Mhm.
And I want you to do well by these guys because my word is my bond, and because I referred you, either you make me look good or you make me look bad. So don't make me look bad, right? So for some people, that's the thing. So you don't necessarily have to revenue share, but still do them a solid, right? So remember when I was like, I know I brought this up in the previous show, this one dry cleaner who we did a deal with, he didn't want the money, but his wife really liked fancy purses. I can't remember which purses we got him, but I think it was like Michael Kors or something like that. And so they
Oh,
wanted, she liked these purses. And oh, are you okay? Something blow up.
no, yeah, I'm connected to my phone and I got a phone call.
Oh, that happens to me as well. So yeah, so
So,
this guy doesn't want the commission. He didn't want referral fees. But what I did was I just saved it up until he sent me enough referrals that it was worth it to buy his wife a purse. So I would find some fancy purse and then buy it on their behalf and then give it to him and he'd give it to his wife and then he'd get brownie points for giving her a new awesome purse. So they were happy with that. But if I had given him cash, he would be offended. And I'm like,
mhm.
that's the weirdest freaking thing. So I can't pay you in cash, but I can pay you in purses? And the answer was yes. So that's the thing I wanted to bring up. You have to find out what makes them tick, right? And
Right.
it's funny from the mastermind, John, one of the other guys in the mastermind was asking, "Hey, how do you ask people what do they want?" And I'm like, "You just have to get to know them, right?" Like one guy really liked golf, so I didn't give him money. I just bought him golf, time. Like, your tea time is here. Here's this. You should be on the green by then. He's like, awesome. And because every time he sent me enough clients, I would just buy him another round of golf, and he was happy as a clam, right? So,
Mhm.
he wanted the money, right? But he was going to spend the money on golf, and the missus didn't really like it. Every single time he would go out for golf, because he would, go for 18 holes, and she wouldn't see him all afternoon or whatever. So I'm like, if I'm the bad guy and I bought him the golf game, well, he's like, what am I going to do? It's already paid for. This guy bought me a golf thing. I should go to it. Otherwise, it's a waste, right? And she's like, well, yeah, that makes sense. I can't waste the thing. And so he got
Mhm.
to go to golf. Like that's what he would have spent the money on anyway. So that everybody wins, and there you go. Well, except for maybe the wife, but that's here neither here nor there. So.
Yeah, brilliant. All right. So this red hot tip sounds a little familiar. Start with partnerships before building anything.
Hmm.
Excuse me. The fastest way to test adjacent markets is joint ventures. Find someone already selling the adjacent service and say, my customers need this. Let's split the revenue. Benefits: zero production development, instant market validation, immediate revenue, no operational headaches. If the partnership goes well, then build your own version later.
Yeah.
How
I
often do
agree
you
with
actually take that
everything.
next step?
I would agree with everything except for necessarily build your own version later. So,
Yeah,
because if you try to be all things to all people, what happens is it ends up diluting whatever you're focusing on. So unless it makes
Mhm.
absolute sense that it's a no-brainer, you should probably build this and have this as a department in your business. Like in our example, I'll just go back to our example. I never want to build a website again for as long as I live. So I'm happy to send them all to you, right? So
Mhm.
when it says here, build your own version later, like I used to build websites. I used to have a team that built websites. I don't like doing that no more, right? Like the same thing for like mobile apps, right? We made 3,000 mobile apps. I don't want to make another mobile app again as long as I live, right? So unless someone pays me like a really big pile of money, I don't want to do it, right? So I can be bribed, but the bribe is very high because I don't want to make another one after 3,000 of these things. So it's just, you have to build your own version later if it makes sense. I want to, add to the back, that one piece. That's weird.
Mhm.
There's an Earl summary at the end
Yeah,
of this
that's
too.
it's just invented an Earl summary that never
That's
existed
new.
before. Do you want
That's
to
new.
read the Earl summary? Let's see. This maybe is yours to read.
All right. So the Earl summary is small business owners spend too much time chasing new customers. But the easiest growth is actually selling one more thing to the customer that you already have. Yeah. And it even sounds like me. I could put
Mhm.
this into a script and read it on a video. The data already told you what they want. You just haven't looked yet. I like it.
Mhm.
Well, which brings us to
All
the
right,
time.
brings us to we're way behind timer. Hack of the week. Oh yeah, this
Hack of the
microphone's
week.
not on, is it? There's no point in doing
Hack of the week.
that. Hack of the
So
week.
so this one is called the customer wallet map. And most small businesses, they only see the one transaction. That's the one thing they do. That's all they do. And it's not even just small businesses. It's even big businesses, right? There was an eight-figure business that only did one thing and they only sold one thing and they put the horse blinders on and they sold nothing else. I'm like, are you crazy? Like you're at eight figures with you're a one-trick pony. You got to eight
Mhm.
fig. Like if you just added a cross sell or two, you would add like two, three, $5 million to the bottom line just by cross-selling because you have that many clients, right? So smart businesses try to understand the entire wallet of their customer. The quick exercise is step one, list your last 20 customers. So open your CRM and accusing finger if you don't have CRM. Invoices or bank deposits, write down the last 20 customers who bought from you and then ask one question: what else did they likely spend money on around the same time, right? And it's around the same time because right before, right during, right after, it goes through I put the core purchases again. And the funny thing, it's a whole lot very similar to what it came up with earlier. So it's eerie how it's in the different order because I put realtor first because I just got off the phone with my friend who's a realtor. So it's just the one that came up to my head, and then I thought about you, so I put website. It's kind of eerie how similar this is. And then you'll quickly notice patterns. The patterns are adjacent markets. So circle the repeat items. So just do this exercise, build the spreadsheet, and just circle stuff. And if five or more customers likely bought the same thing, that's the opportunity, right? And you can and this is not like data mining to any extent. It's like your last 20 customers, just write crap down and then figure stuff out. Now you can cross sell it, partner with someone, bundle it, refer it for a commission, whatever you want to do, and then test the offer this week. That's the big push, right? Everyone's like, wait till it's perfect, wait till everything is good to go, wait till no, test the offer. Just put it out there. Hey, did you want your trees trimmed? If they tell you go jump in a lake and like, no, we don't want our trees trimmed, go away, then it's gonna suck. But if a bunch of them go, we've always wondered why you never trim the trees. Da, 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 da. I'm old.
Right.
I don't want to climb the ladder, right? As
Mhm.
my customer would say. But he has tree trimmer buddies who are still young and strapping and can climb the ladder without falling down. So, that's awesome, right? And most small businesses, even like a $10 million business, they don't realize this, and it drives me kind of actually crazy bonkers because they're like, okay, we got to make a new campaign, got to do a bunch of new clients. No, service your old clients, right? Like
Mhm.
this one customer had 20,000 old clients that they like, dude, service the 20,000 people, and you'll make another 10 million, right? So that's it,
Yeah, I often wonder, like the acting school I was thinking of. It's like they've been in business since 1999, which
right?
is way longer ago than I would like to admit. Um, how many customers do they have that they could upsell another course to, or the bigger course? They took a small course, sell them the big course.
Yeah, especially if they bought already and they had a good time of it, they would come back. They would come back. The last bit here is why this hack works.
Hmm.
Just most small businesses don't even realize this. Your customer is spending 5 to 20 times more money around your product than on your product. And if you can
That's an interesting
capture
datum.
that, just think about that, 5 to
Yeah.
20% more. So, that's 500 to what, 2,000%, 20,000% gain. Like, that's insane, right? Like, that's a lot of gain that you're leaving on the table if you don't do this, right? So, don't be a miserable curmudgeon and not work with other people, right? In school, when you work with other people, that's called cheating. In business, it's called joint venture, right? So, you know, play nice with others is what I'm saying.
Brilliant. I guess that's the end of the show. We made it.
That's the end of the
It was
show.
a long
Appreciate it.
show. We actually almost a full hour there finally.
Yeah, no kidding.
Any closing words? AI's already done your summary for you. Any
That was weird. It's like, oh, here's the Earl summary. I'm like, what the hell is this? So,
yeah, we never did that before. Why did it? It's just spontaneous.
wasn't expecting that, but that was cool. Well, I guess I'll play us out.
My
Thanks.
my parting words are get a CRM and keep it filled out
Yeah,
for the sake of gosh.
yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Thank you everyone for joining us. We appreciate it, particularly to the 4 people we've shouted out who like the show. And remember, if you comment, we'll read your comments on the air. We're not popular enough to do super chats, so you can get your comments read for free. If you
Yeah.
got something to say. But thanks so much for tuning in. And oh yeah, fuck up nights. You got to promote fuck up nights. What's the
Yeah.
what are the deets?
It's today at 6 p.m. on Granville Island. You can find us on Eventbrite. And yeah, maybe I'll post the link underneath the show if I can make it before that. I have a lunch meeting to run to right after this, so
Okay.
it's that, and yeah, just be meeting with all the out of town guests who are coming in to fuck up nights. Actually, funny enough, so there you go.
And just a reminder to everyone watching, the offer is still on the table. First person to come up to me and go, "Hey, you're that idiot," is what is it? $50 gift card, $25 gift card? You're the one offering it. I shouldn't speak out
I
of
think
turn.
we were doing 50, but split up into two, right? Like, so two $25 gift cards to Starbucks or whatever the hell they want.
Two $25 gift cards are on the table. New Popo, if
So,
you come tonight, you can be the first.
oh,
But
are
you
you
can't
coming? Are you
ask.
coming?
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm house sitting 5 minutes away.
Oh, right. Exactly. Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So if you find Dan and say, "Hey, you're that idiot from that show," then amazing.
Yeah, but remember, it can't be a question. Be like, are you from that show? You can't be timid about it. You go, hey, you're that idiot.
Okay, so you have to be bold and brash about it.
Exactly.
So,
That's what makes it a challenge. Is you
okay.
have to run up to a stranger and to call them an idiot as your introduction. So good
All
luck
right,
to
I'm gonna
everyone.
play this out. Thank you so much
Cool.
for being our co-host, Dan, and
And thanks
yeah,
AI. Thank you AI. Don't forget to thank AI.
thank AI so it eats us last. I forgot. Yeah, but don't forget when the
Okay.
Terminators come for us. Remember, we thanked you, so don't eat us until the end. So
There you go. Okay. Bye everybody. Hopefully we'll see you tonight.
cheers, everyone.
Thanks for listening to Earl and the Idiot. We hope you learned something you can take action on this week. For more information or to contact the show, visit earlandtheidiot.com. And until next time, remember what Shakespeare said. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool.
See you at the next one.